And I want you to just share a little bit about your background.
Sure.
And because I know as I got to hear it for the first time yesterday, I was just getting goosebumps, shaking, thinking, wow, what you know and why you're here, to me, all by itself, is a testimonial game over.
Well, I appreciate it. Like you said, 13 years with Pfizer, and during 7 years of those 13 years, I was a Viagra sales rep, and the primary call point was with a urologist. And in 2005, I had the opportunity to become, like you said, the #1 Viagra sales rep on a nationwide basis. So, thank you.
No easy task when there's so many of them, and you say it so humbly, but this man gets it done. Having had that position, doing it for 7 years, being the very best in that field, I want to know a little more about that market, and I also want to know, why would you choose Regenica and Regenerect being at that status? That to me just blows me away.
Sure. Well, when you look at the market, and whenever we sell those products, we do it from a branding and a positioning point of view. And when you look at Viagra, it is branded as the best agent in the urologist office, hands down, bar none. When you look at Cialis, and you've seen all the ads on it, seen the 2 bathtubs and everything, it is truly a 36-hour pill, and it does work for 2 days. And when you look at Levitra, it's kind of the 3rd player on the market, and they come in from a perspective of side effects, and that's how they really sell their product on.
As in less side effects than the other 2?
Exactly, of those 3 branded agents. So when you look at the whole marketplace and you look at Regenerect and what we can bring to the table, and you compare those 3, just on efficacy alone, we come in, I mean, who's tried Regenerect? People care. Trust me, any urologist soon will tell you, and I'll tell you now, it does work as good as Viagra. It works twice as long as Cialis, 72 hours as opposed to 36. And then we look at the side effects, it's got to be way less than half of Levitra. So when you look at the whole market from a efficacy point of view, a side effect point of view, I mean, hands down, bar none, we just crushed the market from those points of view. So when you look at it from a side effect perspective, we'll talk about that. If you have time, anytime, just go to Google, go to Viagra, download their package insert, and look at the side effects of Viagra. It's almost debilitating when you look at all these. When you look at the cardiovascular, when you look at the systolic hypotension, you look at the headaches, the dizziness, the nasally problems, I mean, the list just goes on and on forever. When you look at Cialis, and you look at the incidence of back pain, because you have PD receptors all around your body, they're not just in your penis, so you get back pain for 3 days with Cialis. Even Levitra, you can get some headaches as well. So when you add all those up, and then going back to Viagra, there's actually been men who have taken a pill of Viagra and have gone blind. Absolutely.
And let's stop real quick, though. We're talking side effects over 100. People have gone blind. Back pain for 3 days, which kind of contradicts the whole reason of that whole thing. I don't know how that works. It's like, man, I feel so good, but my back hurts. Okay. Anyway, but let me tell you this. $1 billion in less than 24 months, just Viagra, literally by sampling doctors, and people had to go through an embarrassing appointment, hard to get an appointment, wait in a doctor's office, and then the appointment, I hear, is not only hard and difficult and embarrassing, but there's some exams in there that's not too fun to have.
Exactly, exactly. And now we have so much access with this product, and it's not, I spent 7 years in what we call the ED marketplace. And what you got to put this into perspective, is that now we're in the lifestyle, we're in the sexual enhancement marketplace, total male enhancement. And think about the opportunity now that we have that increased access. Think about a 35-year-old male, type 1 diabetes, cholesterol med, blood pressure meds, has ED, wanting to have a family. With those 3 agents, he can't take them because of the side effects. It could be debilitating. So now you have Regenerect, and think about handing that product to a neighbor who might hand it to another person who's in that position, and 9 months later that man has a baby. I mean, can you imagine how powerful and what we have here? It's off the charts when you think about, you know, just the opportunities we have just purely from that access point of view.
When you talk about that, and what blows me away with Chris is that you seeing this and being so deep involved in this that you've decided to completely embrace Regenica and Regenerect and no longer represent Viagra or Pfizer.
Absolutely, and I'm ready to kill them. So let's go to work. Absolutely. Yeah, when you look at like the compensation part of this program as well as the lifestyle enhancement and everything. To give you an analogy, what we can make with this compensation plan in 1 month with one business center is what the cap was with the compensation plan with Pfizer in 1 year, and on top of that, we can do that 8 times.
So you're telling me being the #1 Viagra rep in the United States of America that you didn't just make a fortune?
Sorry. Didn't happen. No, there's definitely a cap, and you know, with this compensation plan and this product, it's just...
So corporate America didn't just say, we'll pay you more because you're so good?
Sorry, no, definitely had the ceiling, so it just did not happen. So, and I just think the amount of people that are in this room now with this product, with this compensation plan, the low side effects, and then the new product that's coming out, I mean, it's mind-boggling. I can't...
So tell us what's been happening with you, because you've been telling that you've just been passing this out. Now you have other pharmaceutical reps in your organization, like a dozen or 20, or I don't...
Well, there's about a dozen pharmaceutical reps, and in my organization, I have, I think, 51 front-level IBOs.
Already?
Already.
Doing, what have you been doing?
Just calling everybody I know, handing out the sample vouchers, doing some recruiting via the internet, and just running. I mean, it's so simple. It's easy. You know, you just put the pill in somebody's hand, have them try it, and it's not like, you know, I'm not the best at follow-up, but I haven't had to, because they call back. I want it. I want in. What do I do? Where do I sign up? You know, so it's just easy.
Tell me what your experience is also in regards to how this may affect relationships.
Well, I think, like I said, you know, you take that type 1 diabetic who can't, you know, get an erection, and you have that effect. You take anybody take a 70-year-old man who has a female primary care physician. Probably that conversation is probably not going to happen. So, you 70 up there? Sorry about that. So now he can take Regenerect and have intimacy with his partner and fulfill, you know, the relationship from that point of view, whereas before, without Regenerect, he didn't have a clue. You know, there was no way to do it.
So let me ask you a question. I don't know about you, but I got so excited about this. And in fact, by the way, it has been life-enhancing. Today, I don't know if you saw that, my wife and I spoke, but she didn't share something with all of you. But we've been working on something that wasn't happening until we got this capsule. Right. And my wife is pregnant.
Awesome.
As of a week ago, we found out. And so we're very excited. It does work. But I've heard this now. Everyone says, well, Mitch, this is amazing. This is awesome. We've seen it enhance and bless people's lives. But I've heard this, and maybe you've heard this too, and I want to see what you're going to say about this. About the value proposition.
Sure.
Because how much does Viagra actually cost compared to what ours cost?
Well, if you look at, I did a little analysis at my local Walgreens, and the Viagra, Cialis, and Levitra are all about $25 to $28 a pill. And if you look at the retail cost of Regenerect, it's 17 high retail, low wholesale of 5. So we're about half the price, but you get 72 hours, which no other pills, you know, can say that. And I get emails and I get phone calls, and every now and then, I'm sure you guys have heard this. Well, I can get Viagra for 98 cents. Well, guess what? There's no rapid dissolve. There's no stick it under your tongue. There's no stick it in your Viagra, okay? That stuff is made in bathtubs in India. And if you take one of those tablets, you're taking your life into your own hands. Trust me. I mean, it just, there's from the value perspective, we just blow it away. There's no question about it.
Wow. So if anybody ever comes to you and say, well, hey, I saw Viagra and I could get it for $1 or $1.98, just know from a man who knows they're taking their life in their hands.
Absolutely.
And putting their life at jeopardy.
Sure.
And that the Viagra that you can buy is literally almost double and sometimes 4 times what ours would cost. And ours work 3, 4, actually instead of 3 or 4 hours, 3 or 4 days.
Absolutely, 72 hours, yeah, absolutely.
And when you say side effects, these side effects, I don't know if you ever saw that he was talking about, literally, there's dozens, if not 100 different side effects, and people are still taking that, and they've done $1 billion in less than 24 months, $4 to $7 billion. This is a $20 billion market just on the prescriptions. And now having a natural alternative, they say this is going to be an $80 billion market. What percentage do you think we could get of that market with this product?
98.
Why do you say that? Why do you say that?
For everything we've said, I mean, we've got the value, we've got the efficacy, we've got safety, we've got an incredible marketing plan. We've got you guys as leadership in the company. You know, everything that we've heard today from Dr. Chen, I mean, it's just absolutely, absolutely incredible. And one thing that I want to say is, when I was invited to come out here to Vegas, you know, I was kind of, you know, I said, I know the comp plan. I'm in touch with Val. I'm in touch with everybody. I know the product. I've got my little downline I'm building. Why? You know, really why? And it just hit me why I was here when I was sitting right over there listening to everybody else. So in addition to handing out that pill, my personal advice to you is the next time you remotely hear about another event anywhere close to you, get there and get as many people as humanly possible there as well.
I got one more question for Chris. Chris, you have spent 13 years in the pharmaceutical world or the corporate world.
Right.
And you made a decision to leave them for a better product, for a better opportunity. That's a big move. That's a big move.
It's a big move.
What can you say to all of these wonderful, good people about why you did that and why you would say you would recommend that to anybody?
I would just say in a couple words that it's product driven, and it's the product that's going to drive us into international, into 2012, 2013. I'm not a network marketer. Okay, this is my first really run at it. And I always told myself that I love the concept of efforts of other people, and I've always studied success, and I've always wanted to be successful, but I was always capped. And I always told myself, if you have a product that everybody needs, that gets used up, that has an immediate response in people, we will actually be successful, and we will just blow this thing out of the water.
Ladies and gentlemen, Chris Bogle! Thank you so much.